people, millennials, they're not quite there yet in their life, right? Where they understand that it really is about balance. It's also about collaboration. It's about working together. I think that there's been a shift a little bit into this idea that I deserve everything and I'm worth everything and I should have everything and I don't have to work for it. So I would say, work harder. Work harder.
Melora, we spoke to a lot of senior professionals and asked what they would want your advice on as far as, millennials at workplace are concerned. And their one concern was, bad workplace habits that millennials have. And they want your help, they want your suggestions and advice. First worst workplace habit that millennials have, according to them, is that they make rigid requirements and not requests. They're only making requirements but not request. How to deal with such millennials?
Oh, that's really interesting. Yeah, I mean, gosh. So is the question, what would I say to them as their boss?
Yes, as the boss.
Well, I would educate them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, I would educate them. I think that's the job of the boss, is to say, this is what you're, do you realize that you are not making a request, you're laying down a rigid requirement, and that is that's not conducive to to collaboration. Millennials, they're not quite there yet in their life, right? Where they understand that it really is about balance. It's also about collaboration. It's about working together. Some people are really, really bad collaborators. And if they are, then they need to really work on that, because to have a good working environment, you have to be able to exchange ideas in a way that feels non-threatening and non-demanding.
Right. Millennials are so self-centered. They only love to speak, but they're not interested in listening to what others have to say. What do you have to say to such millennials?
Well, then they've probably tuned out this show by now because I talk a lot. Look, it's you can't really give great feedback unless you've heard what's been coming at you. You have to listen in order to react. You have to listen. First, you have to listen in order to react or respond.
And millennials take way too many selfies at work.
Yeah, well, in general, people need to put their phones down. Way too much phone time. I can't stand when we all get to go back into restaurants again. I don't know how it's over there, how you guys are doing, but boy, I can't stand seeing people sitting at a restaurant with other people at the table and they're on their phones.
Some feel that millennials are way too overconfident and they don't even realize that, this particular trait ruins their reputation. What do you have to say to such millennials?
Yeah, I would say that I have seen that as well. I think that there's been a shift a little bit into this idea that I deserve everything and I'm worth everything and I should have everything and I don't have to work for it. Yeah. And I feel like that is a really, really dangerous mindset, and that people should get, if they have that mindset, they should maybe take it down to like something really small in their lives that they want to achieve, whether it's that they want to lose 5 pounds, 10 pounds, whether it's that they want to start creating a better relationship with their bodies or food or a friendship or something. And then they have to really start being a detective and watching how much focus and work and energy and time and planning and collaborating that takes.
Right.
And then they can apply that to their professional life, and they'll see that, like, sometimes they might be surprised at, like, wow, I haven't even been putting that much love and attention towards this thing that I think I just am owed.
Yeah.
So I would say, work harder, but also work better. work with more love and pleasure on the one side. Take care of the self-care is very important, but also hard work is also really important. And I think I have to say, during the pandemic, I don't know about the whole like working over Zoom, working from home. I know in a way it's pleasant, sure, because you don't have to drive to your office and stuff. But I think there's something about getting up in the morning, putting on your clothes, putting on your makeup, putting on your suit or your shoes, or you're getting your briefcase, and having to organize your thoughts around getting yourself to a physical space and working with your other employees in that physical space. So I think that there's been a lot of backsliding.
You know, they're so much into multitasking that they don't even understand that this particular trait can also weaken their performance. It's good to multitask, but then you also need to understand that it can weaken your performance as well. So they don't understand, you know, the division between the two. What do you have to say to such people?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I would just say, you know, slow down and prioritize, and really, when you're doing something, really focus on doing it. You know, even eating lunch for that matter. Really eat lunch. Don't be eating lunch, doing emails, talking to a friend on the phone. You know, try to just do one thing at a time, even if it's just for small increments of time, 5 minutes.